And associating violence with one faith, tradition, culture, nationality is not really justified, because violence, if you look at the human history, violence has always been part of our human society. And if you want to analyze our society, if you want to analyze the social structure, if you wanted to look at how everything has been from the beginning of time, conflict and violence has always been part of our society, part of our human drama. So it's always been there in one form or another. Sometimes violence can erupt because of political unrest. Sometimes violence can be due to lack of education. Sometimes economic crisis. Most of the time, there are various different kind of motivation for violence. There was violence towards Bosnian Muslims. There's ethnic cleansing. That was the motivation. There was violence against Rwanda. It was a racial discrimination towards each other. So there is like a lot of different kind of issues, and we know that every society faces those kind of issues, such as injustice, intolerance. Religious intolerance can also be something that leads to violence, and that can be a motivation. And we have seen that religious intolerance have been growing in many different parts of the world. If people don't understand each other, if people don't want to take time to communicate with one another, or understand like what are these people believing in, what are their custom and traditions, just to like label someone without understanding, it's very unjust and it's wrong, because that's not the way any civil society should work. We should take time to understand. We should take time to address our own preconceived ideas. We should take time to look into ourselves, that where these misconceptions are coming from. Are they fear-based? Are they baseless? Or is there any basis to it? So violence is not a kind of topic that can be taught and communicated just in few minutes. It's a very lengthy topic, and it's a topic that needs a lot of in-depth exploration and research. But as far as simplifying it, and for the sake of the course, because it's a short course, violence has always been part of human nature. And so violence is a global phenomena. It's not something that should be associated with one faith, tradition, custom, nationality, and it should not be associated with one faith, or such as Islam or any other that incite violence. We all know that people have different kind of attitude towards different faith tradition. So as a person who is honest to themselves, and they wanted to learn and grow and come without any kind of prejudice, and suspend your prejudice, suspend your preconceived ideas, then try to analyze it and look at it through various different angles, that what is violence and where is it coming from? What are the cause and motivation for violence? Religion is not always a cause or motivation for violence. So there are many different causes. There are many different issues and factors they may be contributing to violence. There could be cultural factors, there could be political unrest, as I mentioned earlier. So all those factors can play a part in a society.